I know it's crazy, but we're doing the Tesla in New York.
Person's dying. There's nowhere to go.
How do I even rent a Tesla in New York? When I applied for my international driving license, I was committed to drive a Tesla because you rarely see any Tesla in Malaysia. And apparently there's I tried the Europe car, the Hertz, all the typical kind of rental car. They all need like verification to do it online, where somehow my IC driving license are always not verified, so I had a problem booking online until I was looking for this Google, and I was googling renting a Tesla in New York, and this somehow came up, this website I've never heard before. It's called Drive Jules or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce, but booking was so easy. I thought it was like a suspicious website because it was way cheaper than any of the official rental car up there. So how it works is like an Airbnb where a lot of like car owners, when you're not using a car, you can just rent your Tesla or any electric vehicles to other people that wants to rent. So I got a Tesla Model 3 because it was cheaper. It was around like $90 per day, and the insurance was $35, and there's an optional charge where you can just pay an extra $25 for them to recharge for you when you return back to the car. You know how like rental cars, you gotta like refill the petrol the same levels when you return, but because charging an EV sometimes may take longer if you don't take the supercharge, so that's why there's an option that you can take. So added everything up, it's like $170. So yeah, we booked a last minute Tesla, and we met up with a guy at a shopping mall in Bronx, which is like half an hour away from city center. It's a very bravery thing for a tourist to do when we've never even been to that place before. The Tesla was in blue, dark blue, because I know everyone else wanted like white Tesla, but yeah, it's okay. So we took a few videos before we even started, because you know, like, gotta check that, oh, there's no scratches, this scratch is already there before I even started driving, blah blah blah. Guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually driving a Tesla in New York. I actually got my international driving license because I wanted to drive from LA to Coachella, but that time turns out LV had a friend to drive us around, so I didn't have a chance to drive the car. Then now I'm in New York. Just a few days before I leave Malaysia, I wanted to try a Tesla. I know New York isn't the best place to drive, but I'm here in Brooklyn, which is like half an hour away from the city itself. It's a very cute Tesla. It's a Tesla Model Y, and one thing I find it very dangerous is that because we're so used to the indicators being on the right, and now the indicators and the signals are on the left, and this is your gear. So imagine that if I accidentally turn left, my car was reversing just now. I was panicking, like, what the fuck, why is my car reversing? But it turns out there's no gear here, they put it here. Yeah, and you just adjust everything here. I'll show you more later. My friend's here. Yo guys, what the hell? It's so cool. What the fuck? And we don't die. I'm scared. Guys, look at how cute this is. It's magnet, it has lights. Guys, you can adjust the air. Oh, guys, you can adjust the aircon like that. Whoa, yo. Okay, it's really cold out there. You can adjust your seat. Warm. Again.
Yeah. Oh, Alvina! Dude, that's wet. That's wet.
That's
nasty.
Why is this wiper so fast? How do you like make it slow? Why did I do this to myself? I do this for you guys so you don't have to try again.
It's cool.
They don't detect dogs. See? No dogs. See? A guy's crossing the road. Yeah, two guys. thing cool about this is that they'll tell you when it turns green. See? Dong. Okay, now we want to go to get some Malaysian food. Let's see if they know. Kopitiam. Yay! Apparently it's a famous Malaysian food down near to Wall Street, 8 minutes drive. Let's go! Okay, honestly, it's not that crazy as I thought to drive in New York. Maybe because I'm in Brooklyn and it's quite chill. And the traffic is not that bad. It's not as bad as in KL. The roads in KL is much bigger, so it's harder to get through the other side when you're at a junction, because people in Malaysia, they don't really let you through, especially coming from Penang. As a Penang driver, I think driving in New York is okay. It's bearable. Slay. And the only thing that makes me don't want to drive is the parking, because the parking here is 1 hour. I don't know, like the least is $20 for indoor parking. Otherwise you have to look for the street parking. But street parking here is very hard to park because it's quite narrow. Parallel parking is going to be a stressful thing to do. So yeah, it's not much of traffic. There are a lot of traffic. There's a traffic jam because there are a lot of traffic lights and you see a lot of pedestrians. You have to wait. That's all. Nothing much. What is miles in KM? What the hell? It's so confusing. I'm gonna drive from Bronx to Brooklyn in the rain
In New York City.
in New York. We're on the highway, guys. Ah. Okay. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm dead.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Go straight.
Okay, I think now can. Hey, now?
Yeah.
Hey, actually here lah.
Really?
Sister, I don't want to listen to you. Okay, correct. Bad maps, bumpy roads, raining, never driven a Tesla before, driving in a new city, on a different lane. Am I scared? Even as a Penang driver, yes, very scary. Ooh, are we on the bridge? Oh shit, I should stay on the different bridge. Now I'm trying to park. Okay, push all the way up to reverse. Boleh. Okay, D is push all the way down. Cool. Oh, I see. FYI, the roads here are so small, guys. I think we're okay.
Okay, it's fine.
Yes!
Yeah, good job!
Wait.
I'm alive!
You're alive!
I'm alive!
Guys, see? Dumbo? Is it Dumbo or Brooklyn Bridge? Oh. Guys, see? Brooklyn Bridge is right behind me. And I found parking here.
We are alive, guys!
Okay, so apparently if you want to lock the car, you gotta go out and lock. So, good question. How do I turn this off? How do you go out? So, the guy actually taught us how to start a car and everything, like how you work and blah blah blah. But he didn't teach us how to lock the door. Well, I mean, it's part of our fault because we didn't even do research on how to drive a Tesla, so we just went through that way. And after driving half an hour, and we arrived at our destination safely, and then we just realized, wait, we didn't think of how do you even turn off the car, because there's no button or whatever. You just all they gave you was the key card to think. We didn't do our homework. We're like stuck here. We don't know how to turn off. Okay.
Touch control. Safety. What the fuck?
I don't think it's that inconvenient to turn off that.
Huh?
Do we just leave the car? I think we just leave the car. Okay, let me try leaving the car. Is it? Yeah, so we had an instinct that, okay, maybe we'll just go out and like tap the card again. So that's the how you open a card is you tap the card, because we're not the owners, so we can't have the app. Because normally how you do Tesla is like you have a Tesla app, and if you have your phone with you, they'll just like turn you can open a car without a key card. So for non-owners, you can use a key card to tap like that to open and to close the door at the same time. Right? There's so many fascinating things. It's so advanced, the technology, you know? Look at me, parallel parking and shit. We gotta turn off the music first. Focus. Whew. Okay, wait. Okay. Wait, is it me or it's not straight? Oh, sorry, this car's on the park. Ah, I'm stressed! Wait. Okay. I'm done. I think I'm done. Okay. Park. Yay! Brand new whip. Ooh, skirt. It just turned green. Like, chill. Just driving next to a New York cab. Cute. See? They just turned green and then they're honking everyone. Bro, like, chill. Okay, this is a bit stressful now because we just got into the city and everywhere is so congested. Suddenly I breathe everyone. Oh, this might be the last time we meet. Yay! And then we drive with 50 So the Tesla that I got was Tesla Model 3, and I thought every Tesla is like autopilot where I don't need to drive. I just press a button and like I can sleep and do a makeup, and they can drive for me like Transformer style. But apparently they're like it's auto steer. So the car that I got was auto steer, where they make sure that you're like they have a traffic aware control where they will let you know, oh, there's a car coming and you're out of the lane. They'll slow down for you if you're getting close to a car, wherever, like anti-collision, that kind of awareness lah. But it's not like autopilot. Like this car didn't even have the auto parallel parking. So I have to park on my own. So I couldn't really enjoy to the fullest, because even I met a friend there who own a Tesla and drive, and he said like you have to pay, because owning a Tesla there, like the minimum Tesla Model Y, that's what he got it for like $80K, which is like, if you don't convert, it's not bad if you drive in Malaysia. 80K ringgit driving a Tesla. So he said like it's not necessary to have autopilot auto driving feature, because you have got to add on like $40K more than that, so it's going to be like 100K ish for autopilot. So it's not necessary if you know how to drive, you know what I mean? What the fuck? The toll is $7? How am I gonna pay the toll? No cash? Oh shit, what just happened? Oh, that's how you pay the toll?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. The camera just flashed like that.
I think they pay like.
Do they have RFID here? Anyways. We made it!
I'm alive, guys!
We're returning the car and we finally made it. I was so scared I couldn't find parking wherever. Okay, time to return the car and we're gonna survive through Bronx, okay? Yay! It's not that hard, okay? It's not that hard to drive a car in New York. Okay? Come drive in Malaysia, come drive in Bangkok, it's more harder, okay? Challenge accepted. Okay, now we're about to return the car to the glove box, but there's no button. Apparently this is how you return the glove box. Open the glove box. Okay, so you gotta put the number in. Ta-da! So we're gonna put the key inside. That's all. Like how you check out with Airbnb. And the owner is gonna lock the car with his app over there. That's all. Cool. That is we can check out. Alright, let's go. Done liao. Other than the indicators being on the other side and driving on the other lane, everything feels normal. The traffic here, the people that drive here, the drivers here, they're aggressive, they honk a lot, but it's not as crazy as driving in Penang or in KL because there's no motorcycles here. It's even harder if there's motorcyclists, guys. It's even harder if there's motorcyclists, guys. So yeah, surprisingly, driving in New York in a Tesla is not as scary as I thought. And would I recommend driving in New York? No. But would I recommend driving a Tesla? Yes. And make sure you get the autopilot, the self-driving one, because it was pretty hard to because not all Tesla have that feature, because it was really hard to book as well the last minute. So yeah, maybe you can try it, but I don't think you can utilize it as much if you're driving in a city unless you drive on a highway. So yeah, that was my experience of driving in New York in a Tesla. So hope you guys like it. Bye, see you in the next video.